Howdy folks, Owen from EMF obviously, coming to you from the Republic of Work today. So I had a question come through on intermittent fasting and how best to set it up. Why does it seem to be working for some people as a dieting fat loss method, and why do some people think it's a bit unhealthy, dangerous even? Mad stuff, I know. Well, the research on intermittent fasting is fairly straightforward. It creates a calorie deficit that you can adhere to and maintain, and you lose weight. There's no magic, there's no trickery, and there's nothing extra than if you just dropped those calories every day for a period of time. So let's say if you have a 500 calorie deficit 7 days a week for 10 weeks, you lose X amount of weight. You could be a little bit harsher with that deficit, let's say intermittent fasting, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday, and then eat more Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. But your weekly calories would average out, so it wouldn't be any different to the linear calorie restriction versus, let's say, the intermittent fasting. So the intermittent fasting would go up and down and up and down, but over the weeks and months the line of deficit would balance out, and just regular calorie deficit is just a straight line. So some people find that they can adhere to it better, that it just suits their lifestyle. Some people like skipping breakfast or don't like eating in the morning. Some people do. Some people like going hours without eating. Some people don't. So it's very individualized and it's very preference heavy. Like the amount of meals you need to eat in a day to lose weight, there is no definitive amount. Anything really from 2 to 5 meals. And you know, you'll get some people who 1 meal a day works for them. There'd be some negatives to that, but you'll also get people who like eating 6 times a day. They just like eating often. It's just keeping control of your calories is the main thing, and it definitely helps people who like to go out on the weekends and have a few pinteens and have a few cakes and a few takeaways, because that Saturday, Sunday could be their high days. Then come Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, they could really cut the calories down. And again, if they're busy at their job and high stress job, that they just get into the office, do their 8 hours, 10 hours, and they have like one quick break during the day, skip breakfast, and then maybe have 1,000 calories when they come home. It's a nice way of doing things. How I incorporate it into my own diet is very light breakfast, reasonable lunch, and then just eat a big dinner. So I push back my calories up to the end of the day when I like to eat most. That's just a way of doing it. You know, there's getting rid of the idea of breakfast, lunch and dinner, or just call them meal 1, meal 2, meal 3, and you can have them whenever you want. Breakfast doesn't mean you have to eat the first thing in the morning. Post-workout meal doesn't mean it has to be 30 seconds after the workout. Protein shake, I eat an hour or 2 after training. Fine, no issue. So what were the other questions? It's unhealthy and dangerous. Show me some evidence that suggests that. It's just your own personal opinion, or maybe it's kind of what your parents taught you. You know, you have to have your breakfast there. You won't have any concentration throughout the day. They've studied it, and they showed that people who didn't eat breakfast had no less concentration than those that did. Just non-issue. You might say, oh, I'll be ravenous at lunchtime. Well, they studied that as well, and the people that ate breakfast ate less at lunch. But those that skipped breakfast and ate more at lunch, they didn't eat more than if you had breakfast and lunch. So I think it was that the people who didn't have breakfast and ate more at lunch ate about 17% more at lunch than those that did have breakfast. But the calories that those that had breakfast had was more than that 17%. So the actual breakfast skippers, while they did eat more at lunch over the course of the day, they didn't eat more. So there you go. There's another interesting study, and this is a real kicker, or a real clincher. They had those that ate breakfast regularly, and they had those that skipped breakfast regularly. They put them in a study. Those that ate breakfast were told skip breakfast, and they lost weight. Those that didn't eat breakfast and were told eat breakfast, they lost weight. So it's changing, just the mere act of changing. If you always eat breakfast, you're probably maybe in good habits and you'd like to stay that way. If you skip breakfast and you didn't even know that was a healthy thing to do, potentially, you're probably in bad habits already, so be aware of that. Usually on the average person that skips breakfast probably eats crap for lunch, doesn't train, and eats crap all evening. Those people that actually make an actual effort to eat breakfast and eat something healthy at breakfast are probably better set up for the day, so they don't like to hear that their healthy habit is bad and you're being told that the unhealthy person in the office who skips breakfast is on to this secret magic trick. That's not the case. Context of each person will be specific. So how would you start doing it? Well, relax your feedings or your frequency, the amount of times you eat. Doesn't have to be, it can be 2, 3, 4, 5. The amount you eat per serving, per sitting, as much as you want. Get on to Google and put in BMR calculator, and you can get an idea of, based off your weight and your gender and your level of, or that'll just, you add in your level of activity later, you'll get an idea of how many calories should I eat per day. If it's 2,000 and I like to eat four meals, well, that can be 2 meals of 1,000, that can be 4 meals of 500. Totally up to yourself. When to exercise then, preference. Ideally with exercise you have carbohydrate before and after, just helps you exercise, gives you energy, refuels you for the next bout. But the timing, 1 to 2 hours before, 1 to 2 hours after. Exercising on an empty stomach, that's fine if it's fine for you. There are no rules, there are no regulations, there is no black and white. It's what can you stick to based off the principles of, you should be doing some sort of progressive overload resistance training to look good, and to lose body fat you need a calorie deficit. Those are the principles, the laws of physics, and just how you set that up, totally up to your preference. Intermittent fasting seems to be working for a certain type of person. If that's you, on your bike and enjoy it. Enjoy Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday being fairly restricted, fairly low calorie days. Then go have your pizza Friday night, go have a few pints on Saturday, and love life. And it works long term. You'll enjoy it, and that's the main thing. Yeah, that's everything. Any questions on this, just let me know. I'll try and answer. Thanks.